So today we're talking about the verb jugar, okay? And jugar we've learned is to play, like to play a sport. So jugar al volleyball or jugar al golf. We've been using it with me gustaría jugar, I would like to play, or quieres jugar, do you want to play? But today we're going to talk about conjugating it on its own. So, in Spanish, the verb jugar obviously is used to talk about playing a sport or a game. The verb tocar is used to talk about playing an instrument. So don't get those two confused. Tocar is to play music or an instrument, like tocar la guitarra, and jugar is used to talk about playing a sport or a game. Even though jugar uses the same endings as all other AR verbs, so it's a regular AR conjugated verb, o, as, a, amos, ais, an. It has different stems, okay? It has different forms in the stem. So instead of it being different from other verbs at the end, it's different from other verbs in the beginning. This is called a stem changing verb, and this verb changes, the U goes to UE in 4 of the 6 forms, and I'll show you how. It's called a stem changing verb. I like to call it a boot verb or a shoe verb. You'll hear a variety of those things, but I'll call it a boot verb. Okay, so the yo form is yo juego. You can see the U has gone to UE down here. Okay, so it's a U to UE stem changer. The next one is tú juegas. Again, it's U to UE. Juegas. Then we've got the el, ella, usted form, which is juega. U changes to UE. El, ella, usted, juega. Then it goes out of the boot. You can see it goes out of the red here, and it goes nosotros jugamos. So the U stays U in the nosotros form and in the vosotros form. Jugar, J-U-G-A-R, goes to jugáis, J-U-G. It stays the same. It doesn't change outside of the boot. And then at the bottom, we've got ellos, ellas, ustedes form. The U, again, goes from U to UE. So it's called a boot verb because inside of this red, it looks like a boot or shoe. And we call it a boot verb because that's where the stem change takes place. Anything outside of the boot doesn't change. Verbs like jugar, like I said, are called stem changers or boot verbs. Their actual term is stem change, but a lot of teachers you'll hear them call it a boot verb or a shoe verb or something like that. So don't forget that when you're using jugar, you're going to use jugar and then the word a and then the name of the sport. So if you're talking about do you play volleyball, you're going to say juegas al voleibol. Or yo juego al baseball. You have to use the a. And remember, if a and l go next to each other, then we combine them and make it al. Make sure that you use this video and watch it a couple of times because I won't be here the rest of the week, but you'll have a quiz over this verb jugar on Friday. You'll have to find the subject and then conjugate the verb jugar with the stem change, juego, juegas, and so on and so forth. So make sure if you understand this, to rewatch this video until you do understand. If you don't understand it, you can of course go ask Mrs. Rancheto. She can help explain jugar to you. It's a very simple thing. It shouldn't be too difficult and you should be fine on your quiz. Have a good week.